What's up, Devils? J-Dog back for another goddamn video. And today's video, we're going to be answering the Devils on the Immolation versus Incantation video. It's got 127 motherfucking comments, so quite a fucking few. So we'll see what we got. Haven't pre-read them, just brought them the fuck up first. So that way I just got to the first question. I'm like, okay, answer this. That's the only one. Haven't skimmed what else is in there. So we'll see who kind of wins too. And didn't get to him yet, but at least I don't think I got to him. I think I might have got to the Macabre and Matego one, right? Was it Macabre and Matego? I think maybe I did get to him. Maybe they're up. I don't know. But anyways, the Macabre versus Matego and the King Folly versus Nasty Ronnie. You guys did do, a couple of you guys did, I appreciate it. Devils did the count and saw who won. So those are in there. And if you guys want to do that for these Immolation Incantations, who wins too? I mean, I haven't got the vibe yet because I haven't looked at this yet. But so far, the first three, just looking for the first question, says Immolation. So with no further fucking ado, let's get to the goddamn questions. From Manuel Schizo Luxini. Shout out to you, brah brah. I think it's the second time I'm commenting on you, right? Can't pronounce it for shit, though. Immolation for me. Both are still doing good music as well, so respect. Question: what's the best strategy for a small band to approach a label for a release or distribution? Just send them their audio, and that's all you could do because that's all you could do. You know what I mean? Like it's either they're interested or they're not, or busy or not. Like for us, like for signing newer bands, it's definitely harder because it's like, you know, we're really behind as is, so it's got to be something that we're really interested in. But because yeah, super fucking behind, and especially with the plants being behind, and I'm very happy about. Seems like I got kind of like a lot on the line that's come up for quote unquote reissues, you want to call them. Like I told you guys, the fucking the Morgue LP, got proof of the Rotting LP, um, um, the Lord Gore's guy fucking said he's interested. I talked to fucking Billy Razorback for the first two Frightmare, shit like that. So, and a lot of those I personally like to do more than like, let's say a new band, for example. That's me personally. From Monstrous Nuclear Stockpile. Oh man, I'm definitely going for Incantation by far. Here's my question. Might be kind of a dumb one. All right. But who is your favorite female fronted band? I'm going to go with Nuclear Death. I fucking love Bride of Insect. It's definitely not mine. The only thing I have by Nuclear Death is a box set LP. Who the fuck put that out? I'm looking at the section right in the corner there. I forget what the label was. That the Crypt Records? I think that might have been the Crypt Records. I own that. The demos and like the first what Bride of Carrion and what is it? Insect something. Those are the ones I liked. It's been a while since I listened to them. I'm not going to say I love them. I like them. Definitely was unique. You know, it's funny because who was the label that we would get them in? Fuck, it's who is the label? Goddamn, they reissued the later albums. I didn't even know those existed. We got them in, and whew, I was not a fucking fan of those for years. I literally thought all Nuclear Death had was demos and just the two albums, right? And but then they had like a third album, fourth album, maybe even a fifth. I'm like, what the fuck? And doesn't look like some of the latest doesn't even have the regular Nuclear Death logo. Doesn't look anything like new. What is one's called, like Planet Catarexia or some shit? And I only listened to one of them, and I didn't like it whatsoever. As far as my favorite female-fronted band, you know, for years I'd always be like, yeah, there's not too much fucking female-fronted stuff I like at all. I mean, I do like Sinister, Creative Killings, but I don't know if that counts with that Rachel singing because no one told you as a female, like no one would know, because it just sounds she just doing the death metal growls and it sounds like a dude. I do like that disc. But my favorite obvious female fronted album, I would have to probably say, is Original Sin. That LP. I really enjoy that. And honestly, kind of now, as far as current band stuff, I really do like Savage Master. I think Savage Master is really good. The last album they did, I thought was really good. And Shadow Kingdom has the new album coming out in June. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I haven't heard it or anything like that, but definitely looking forward to it. So, and everything they've done so far, I liked. I don't know if I'm not going to say it's my favorite of all time female front band, but if I had to say favorite female, even though it was only one album project, I'd have to go with Original Sin. So far, it's looking like Immolation is winning the battle. From Joe Dinkins, hell yeah, J Dog got the Cannibal bootleg yesterday. Hard choice on Immo versus Incan. I'd have to go Immolation. Did you grab a copy of that Cannibal Corpse boot? Yeah, I did. Actually, I saw your order, Joe, and it's funny. Yeah, I did get that, and actually, I did. I think it should be up by now. I did a video showing all my Cannibal Corpse bootleg vinyls, and that's in there because that's obviously the last one I got. It's the most recent one. Haunted Hotel Records is pretty cool because you can see he saw. I got to see Metal Lucifer live in 2019, and it was awesome. It was the full Japanese lineup. That's cool. You have guys all singing. That's the way I like to see it. A lot of fun, a lot of energy, rowdy crowd singing along to every song. Memorable show. Yeah, I can see that. I've never seen Metal Lucifer. Definitely, I wouldn't say they were on my top bucket list to see, but kind of in a sense they are because I do like everything by them, and I'm a pretty big Metal Lucifer fan. I like them quite a bit actually, and I could see their shows being really good. I could see that being the case. That does not surprise me. I've never seen them or Sabat, to be honest with you. This is pretty cool. The guy's pretty. Thuraz Thule, keep the videos coming. I picked up a Desecration pick LP at my local record shop today based on your praise for them on the Battle Vest video. Oh wow, yeah, that was a little while ago. I never heard them before, but it did not disappoint. 66 sales. Did you watch my other video then, bro? When I showed the Murder Mine LP that Hell's Headbangers released when what year did I say that was? Maybe 2005. I showed it on camera. That's my favorite release. That's never been a pick LP. I'm assuming the pick LP you picked up, because the only two I know of, is Pathway to Deviance. That was then second, third, the fourth album, and that is a good album. I really like that, especially the first song on there, Cleaver Saw, Butcher's Knife. That's definitely my favorite song. Love the solo on that too. And then there's a later one. There's a picture. Maybe it's a Forensic. I have it as well. It's a later one I'm not as familiar with. That's on Picture Disc as well. Those are the only two that I know on Picture Disc. Um, but Murder of Mine has never been on Picture Disc. Hell's Headbangers did the LP of that. Yeah, fucking almost 20 years ago now. That is my definite favorite. But check out the other videos if you haven't seen it. I don't remember what video it's called or whatever, but I showed on camera the insert, everything, cover, the Murder of Mine. I think I may even show the CDs too. Maybe it's underrated bands you don't know, or maybe it says Desecration. I don't remember. But look them up. But I talk about it. But yeah, Desecration, definitely a big fan. It's definitely looking like Immolation's winning. At least, like, well, it's 127. So, yeah. So give me the count, Devils. I think it was maybe it was Ricky J or David Lane. One of the guys. There was two guys from Macabre, I believe. They did the counts and put them in there. So let me know the counts on this, guys. I am curious who wins. Scrolling this through is kind of fast, but it's looking like well, this guy here says no contest of the early stuff. Incantation for the '90s, Immolation for the 2000s. Oh, okay. So I guess he's kind of I don't know. It's not really an opinion. It's kind of a vote. You know what I mean? Well, it's an opinion, but you know what I mean? It's not giving a straight answer as a whole. Who is he like more? So it's kind of 50-50 on that one. Mizothea666. Here's another question. What are the most ridiculous looking awesome bands? Like such as Infernal Majesty, None Shall Defy is amazing, but the amount of hairspray in the pics gives me the impression that they alone could have easily caused a couple of ozone holes to appear. Yeah, on the back of the, especially the original LP of None Shall Defy, they do look pretty fucking ridiculous. So yeah, like awesome bands where the guys look ridiculous. Nobody's coming to my mind that I would consider ridiculous. What I consider ridiculous, and I've softened my stance, but it's still kind of the same, to be honest with you. I just kind of like, I don't know if I want to say I just don't give a fuck or just it is what it is, just kind of accepted it. My teenage years and shit, I hated when I seen bands like Leviticity, Waco Jesus, and stuff like that. They're wearing like sports jerseys or baseball hats and shit like that. It's like, look the goddamn part. You know what I mean? So in a sense, do they look ridiculous? No, they just look like regular dudes that are going to a fucking baseball game and not a goddamn, fucking death metal band. So that's not ridiculous, but I definitely never liked that. But as far as ridiculous, silly looking, um, I mean, fucking, what's his face? Was it Michael Denner on the back of the first Merciful Fate EP? I think it wasn't Hank Sherman or Michael Denner. I think it was Michael Denner with the cheetah, fucking cheetah leopard pants. That's pretty goddamn fucking ridiculous. I wouldn't be caught dead in those personally. Um, Especially because you look at it, King looks badass. He's got the whole attire going, and this guy's some clown over the fucking. Like, what are you doing, dude? I always thought that was ridiculous when I saw that. Uh, in all honesty, when you kind of look, especially because it kind of came out, um, like when it came out the demos and shit like that, some of the bootleg releases, Sodom. with Tom Angel Ripper with that fucking bowl haircut. I thought that was fucking hilariously fucking ridiculous looking. Got a good chuckle out of that. So those come to my mind. So some of those. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, there's people saying incantation in here, but it's looking like as a whole. Um, Immolation as a whole is winning. From Crusader of Blasphemies, I mentioned abhorrence and shit, so I might have answered this, but I'll read it off. Morning Devils and J Dog, congrats on the 1K subs, brah. Thanks for that. Immolation all day. There you go, another Immolation guy. Question: I did see the bit where the abhorrence evoking the abomination reissue fell through due to the dumb fucks who have the rights to that release. But who are you taking, abhorrence versus your favorite Christian release? So let's say my favorite Christian is Apocalyptic Revelations. It's either that or Conquerors of Armageddon, but probably I've always said for years Apocalyptic Revelations versus Abhorrence. I'd probably say the Christian, Apocalyptic Revelations. I would say I like that more than Abhorrence, but the Abhorrence is close. I do like it a lot. And last actually I heard is I think it was Chase that sent it over to Listenable. Um, Gene from Angel Corpse and Perdition Temple, Blasphemy, Cruelty, all that. Is he found the cover art out of a book. He sent over scans. Chase sent the scans over to Listenable because he's the one in contact kind of with Laurent. I talked to him years and years ago, but I was kind of disinterested after the fucking response I got. But Chase, does trades and shit with them like that. So he was the one, and he said, "Hey, offer still stands. In case I don't know if you remember, we asked about doing Abhorrence, and long story short, whatever. He's like, we got the fight. He's like, I'm actually planning on doing that myself this next year or so. Again, is it with next to Deeds and no reply? Will not happen. We'll see. I mean, Listenable, I think has more of a shot because he has done several vinyls, so it's more of a possibility. So it sounds like according to him, it's coming out. We'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it, but that's what he says. So supposedly it's coming out. God fucking damn it! Clicked off the goddamn video. Ugh. From Juan Romero. Honestly, as much as I love Incantation, at some points the albums kind of blur together. So I'd say Immolation. They got more memorable songs. By the way, what is your opinion on the band Origin? Origin. I remember when that band first started off, when they had just their first album out, and they were touring. They're touring with, I believe it was like Zoomed, and maybe 1 year, maybe they played with Open for Vader, maybe. Um, I liked the first two albums. I thought the first album's really catchy. I do like that. The second one I liked. After that, it was getting kind of carried away to where going for being just try to like for extremity over like memorability, in my opinion. And most of the later stuff, I honestly I don't know. I just know I have heard the up to the first three, but the first one's my favorite, and I do like the second one. So the first one was Origin. The second one's called what? Informatus, in something like that. Forget if I totally forget, but I thought that album was good too. From Life Eternal, super hyped to hear a new Acid Witch is almost done. Well, again, almost done in their mind. What the fuck almost done actually means, we'll see. Incantation all the way for me. Do you own any old school tape trade era demos on the dub tapes? I do not. Yeah, it's just because it was kind of like when I got into metal and shit like that and collecting, tapes were already done and out. Like, not done, but you know what I mean? Like, nobody else was really doing them. They were just sporadically here and there. It wasn't like got into it when fucking bands like Treblinka and Grave and shit were recording their goddamn demos, right? It was years and years later. So it's kind of like, really don't want to get into another format when like everything I like and shit, it's coming out on CD or LP in 7 inch as well. So it's kind of like didn't really feel the need to start another format. Although in the last 5 years, it's becoming more and more annoying because there's a lot of like cool death metal bands and shit coming out where the audio is just coming out on a tape as a demo, so it's got the old school feel. Um, and that's the only thing the recording's on. So it's kind of like some of those I've definitely missed out on because it's all it's on. So from Ricky J comments on everything. Hey J Dog, what are a few reissued album covers that you like better than the originals? Not too many, that's for sure. Setting X on what is it? Subconscious Lobotomy, maybe was the original better. I think yeah. I think they did reissued that on a CD. I don't think they did an LP version of it with it. Maybe they did. Maybe the Crypt did it or something. But I remember that being better. Was the isn't the original like really cartoony? Fucking look like a 12-year-old drew it. Or was it the other way around? Yeah, I think that was one that would qualify. Set next comes to my mind. Um, Original. I mean, yeah, reissue better than the original. I mean, it's fucking usually always the other way around, right? The original is always better. Like the reissue comes out, you're like, what the fuck? This looks like shit. It's not even the original cover. This cover sucks. Um, like for example, I didn't think they sucked or looked bad, but I was kind of like, I guess it's better for Cold Steel. Destroy 666. I didn't really like how they're redoing all the covers. I thought that was kind of unnecessary. Although Cold Steel's original cover is pretty stupid. The only thing I guess the reason why I didn't like most of the Destroyers, even like the original Phoenix Rising, I don't think the cover sucks, but it's nothing special. It's kind of like, all right, whatever. What is this? What is this type of thing? Well, I mean, I get it. It's a Phoenix, but you know what I mean? It wasn't like anything special. The thing is, when they did like Cold Steel, Phoenix Rising, and what was the other one that looked the same? They just looked the same to me. That's what it was. Where it's this line drawing out. I guess it's the same artist, maybe the same feel, but it's almost like they're almost like uh you couldn't distinguish them apart. You know what I mean? So I didn't like it for that sense. But I get for Cold Steel why they want to do different art for that. But like the original Unchained the Wolves, like that, just the photo of the wolves, I didn't think that need that. That's just keep that the fuck the way it was. You know what I mean? Definitely looking like Immolation, guys. Like I said, one of you devils give me the fucking counts. Uh, Little Over 90. This is a pretty good one. If you could bring back a band that is gone and make them sound like their first album, who would you pick? For me, I would choose Sarcophago if they could sound like INRI. That's definitely a pretty good one for sure. The only reason why I probably want to pick Sarcophago is because there were so many bands that kind of like, I guess, I don't know, there's a lot of Sarcophago worship bands, but I guess nobody really did kind of really capture that same fucking sound feel, right? Especially with just how the drum sound was and Antichrist vocals. Yeah, I guess because most of the bands that like worship Sarcophagus, they kind of almost like the Beastal War stuff, and it's kind of like almost a little bit more chaotic. Well, they didn't have the really good, catchy, memorable songs. That's Sarcophagus would be a really good one. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think the very most obvious would be if it could pick up first album and sound like it, like you're saying, Repulsion Horrified, um, General Surgery, Necrology. Although I do like the other stuff by General Surgery, like Left Hand Pathology, and they're split with County Medical Examiners. That shit was good too, but nothing's better than Necrology. Um, but probably the most obvious would be fucking Repulsion, right? Another band that'd be really cool, picked up with their demos, not when they changed their name, but Treblinka. That would have been cool if it sounded like the fucking demos instead of going on and doing Tiamat and stuff like that. That would have been pretty cool. Picking off first album again, bring back. Uh, yeah, no one else is really coming to mind. But those ones for sure, I think would be pretty damn good ones, right? And we'll look for one goddamn more. Besides, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of questions. Just a lot of people giving their votes. Uh, let's see. I was asking about the new pharmacist. I think I can answer that. I haven't heard it yet. Definitely looking forward to it though when I do. Cardiac arrest. The only the only gems I can think of from Russia is definitely Pyre. Also, Sist too. Yeah, Sist is another good band from Russia. I forgot all about them. That is a good band. And Dolph Lundgren and Rocky Four. I agree. Kind of have to agree with on that. From M. James. Hey, J-Dog, I don't know if you answered this already, but what's been your top favorite shirts HH has put out so far, and any you're looking forward to? That's a good one. I'll make that the last one. I never have answered that question. Nobody ever asked that. Never really, to be honest with you, I never really thought about it. But if I had to pick, I would say probably nostalgic reasons, and I really like the shirts. The Impaled Choice Cuts. This is going way back. This is like, what, 20 years ago we did this? I mean, that's almost 20 at least. Impaled Choice Cuts. The Exhumed shirt we did, which, what the fuck did we call it? Maybe we called it The Saw is the Law. It was on from the Anatomy of Destiny, photos where they're all dead. I don't even fuck it. Both those shirts I don't even own anymore. I wish I did. It's because at the time I wore a size medium. Now that like this shirt's a 2X, so what the fuck am I gonna do with the size medium? So I don't know if I even gave it away to someone who wanted them, sold it on eBay. I don't remember, but I don't have them anymore. But I loved those designs. Like would love to redo them. I just don't know if the bands would be up for it. It's kind of asked and didn't get a solid answer, to be honest with you, from either band, both Impaled and Exhumed. Kind of got the fucking runaround answer, to be honest. And then probably the first, which I think was the very first show we ever did, which I have an updated version. Actually, I do have an original still too, just as I think it's size large, which I can't fit into a large either. Of the first Regurgitation Tales Necrophilia, which it had the backside was better than the reissue when we did. It's just it was really expensive to do because both sides were totally full color. Where it had the chick's body, the mutilated body, and it said the organs surround your corpse as I rape your dead cadaver. Probably those three, because those are like, pretty sure those were the first three shirts we did. Regurgitation was the first shirt we did. And then maybe Exhumed and whatever that was. So I guess maybe that was just not because, one, the first three shirts we did, but also because I actually really, I just really like those designs. Really like those designs, really like those bands. As far as shirts coming up that I'm looking forward to, nothing I can think of. Just probably one I get kind of looking forward to. I don't even know if it's laid out or not. Doubt Easy E did it yet. Is the new Hell's Headbangers mascot art for the Cannibal Corpse Eat Back to Life album. We just had the stickers. And again, if you want one of those stickers, guys, when you place an order, just put in the notes section too, and I'll toss them there free of charge. So just the stickers. So we will do shirts of those. So when that comes out, but I can't think of anything else that's kind of like being talked about shirts wise, and I'm looking forward to that pumping about it. So yeah, those would be my favorites. Yeah, I would say so. The Exhumed, Impaled, and the fucking Regurgitation. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Leave the goddamn comments, questions. You know how to do it. Put it all in the fucking comment section. I'll get them answered away and see you at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Later.